Yay! Got you.
Woohoo! We did it. First of all, thank you. I apologize for having to reschedule last time.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's really funny is that I had to go to a studio and record with a lady named, and actually write it with a lady named Jenna Andrews, who has co-written the two top #1 songs in Billboard. And this is the makeup day. I'm actually here at her studio now. And
Oh,
I didn't cancel, so I'm like, you know what? Damned if I do. I'm keeping this one.
exactly. I'm glad you did. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, no
I
one's
see.
but yeah, it's really like beautiful house out in Jersey, so.
Oh, you're here.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in New York.
Oh, yeah, I live in New York, so,
Oh, okay. Because when I talked to Terry, and I'm like, okay, your label's in the UK?
Yeah. Hey, black artists, man, playing rock. I mean, Jimi Hendrix had to go all the way to London to be
Yeah,
discovered,
that's right.
you
You
know?
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, even though we created rock, we somehow have to go across the ocean to be
Yeah,
discovered.
across the pond.
You got that right, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, right? Hello? Like, come
Yeah,
on, man.
yeah,
Music is music.
that's right.
Oh, great to meet you.
Yes, you as well.
Yeah,
So, just so you know, we go over a couple of trending topics, we go over the interview, and then we wrap it up with a segment called Venus versus Mars, which is my relationship topic. And I think I got a good one for you today.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, so just to start it off, hey, it's your girl Kim Dynasty, the Kim Dynasty Show, Dynasty Radio NY, and I'm here with the one and only, my best friend, very sweet Lika.
Hello.
And we have the one and only wonderful musician, renowned guitarist, Kellindo, with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so first I like to go over a couple of trending topics. Happy birthday to Cardi B. She's 28.
Nice. Happy birthday, Cardi B.
Yes.
Happy.
Yeah, and Ashanti turned 40.
Oh wow.
She doesn't
Oh,
look.
and she looked great.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm
She
like,
looks great.
she don't look over 20.
Leave
So I mean, black don't crack.
No.
At all.
No.
At all. They unveiled the new iPhone 12. Are you an iPhone man?
I am. There she is.
I'm trying to tell you, it's iPhone gang all day.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm an Apple man.
And then, okay, so a trending topic that we've talked about several times on the show, Meg versus Tory Lanez. So Tory Lanez's hearing was pushed back to November 18th, but he has been placed with a stay-away order. You know, he can't be around Meg and yada, 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 but she's consistent with he shot her. So we have to see how this turns out. Because
And that date is the same date her clothing line for
Fashion Nova.
what is it? Fashion Nova comes out.
It drops, yeah. So how petty is the judge? Very
That's what I said. Petty judge.
Very petty.
Like the judge knows though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So okay. So let's get into it. Kellindo,
Hi.
happy to have you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So now you say you're in New Jersey. Where are you from?
I'm from New York.
Really?
Yeah.
What part?
Well, basically Harlem. I mean, Harlem is where I grew up, because my father got the job as the first black professor at Columbia University. So we moved right to Harlem, and the faculty
Excuse me.
buildings. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. They didn't let him in. He applied to be a student many years before. They wouldn't let him in, so I went to Howard University, and that's where I was born in DC. But then we moved pretty straight to New York, and have been here ever since, or there ever since.
Smart man going to Howard. Smart man. I went to Howard.
Oh yeah, you did. I love Howard. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So okay. So now coming up, from what I've read, you know, family members Melvin and Maceo Parker,
Yes.
a part of the GBs.
Yes.
Is it the GBs? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The JB, sorry.
JBs. I'm sorry. That's James Brown band.
James Brown,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is that where you got your musical influences from?
I think so. I mean, my mom's water broke at a James Brown concert, with me. So, we had to rush to the hospital, and I was born at like around 11:30 that night.
Yeah.
You was ready to rock and roll out
You
the
know what I'm
womb.
saying?
At birth.
Like,
At birth.
Oh!
You was born into it.
Exactly.
So now you come from a huge musical family or no?
I wouldn't say huge, but my mom also is a piano player, and but she's more of an artist, a visual artist. And then my dad was a trombonist, and of course my uncle Maceo, saxophone, Melvin, drums. But then my grandfather Maceo Sr. played all the instruments. He played everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, music pumping through your veins.
Absolutely.
Exactly. You have no other choice.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, thank you.
So now in the household, other than James Brown, what were your other musical influences?
Oh man, the Jackson 5 for sure.
Yeah.
They were the first like obsession I had with music, and then the Beatles right after that. Really just crashing my dad's albums. I was just like, wait a minute, what's this Beatles thing? I turn it on. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. The song.
Ridiculous.
Oh, the colors. You can hear colors when you listen to Beatles and music like that, and so great, so well recorded too.
Yeah, and it's good that when you come from a musical background, you I think have more of a musical diversity.
Very true.
Than some people who don't.
Very true. Yeah.
So now, when did you pick up the guitar?
Yeah, I didn't pick up the guitar until I started off singing. So Michael Jackson, of course, I was singing when I heard him.
Yeah.
And I emulated his voice, and then it was really until I discovered Kiss, when I was I don't know 6 years old or 7 years old or something like that, maybe 8. Oh no, I was definitely 7, and then went to my first Kiss concert when I was 10. And
I know that was a trip.
Yeah, I was scared to death. It was my I don't know how this happened, but I got 2 tickets. I should have bought 3. My dad took me, my sister, and myself to the Kiss concert in Madison Square Garden, and I remember he couldn't get in because he didn't have a ticket, so we stayed outside and sat down and read a book the whole time. And I was like, poor guy, he's got to read a book, but of course he was happy to read the book, But he made us wear our Sunday's best to this concert, and I was like, Dad, no, man, please. I know you don't wear this at a rock concert. I've never been to one, but I know. He said, you gotta represent, man. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, this is not that kind of place. We showed up wearing, I'm wearing a brown 3-piece suit. And my sister is wearing a white Sunday church dress.
Every time ball dress.
Seriously,
exactly.
We must have looked like a horror movie.
Exactly. Look, they the Amish. They the Amish that came to the city.
You know, so the 2 only black people out of 30,000 people wearing a suit and a dress, and they're like 10 and 8.
Oh wow. Oh, now, do you have a very spiritual background as well?
I do. I do believe in God, and I am Christian.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of that comes into play.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Yeah.
So now you started out singing. When did your fingers know it was time?
I would say when I was 8, because when I was 7, I remember picking up the guitar, which I got from my dad. It was a little acoustic guitar, and it just hurt too much to play. So I gave up on it. But then at 8, I was like, no, I got to try this again. And, and just fought through it, and then developed those calluses, where you can tolerate.
Yeah.
And here I am,
All right. So now coming up, middle school, high school. Did you have a place? Because I know hip hop was probably very heavy then, or bubbling.
Yeah.
Did you have a place? Like, were you the one kid that just stood out because you wanted to explore another option?
I definitely stood out. I would say though, I did incorporate and embrace the 90s hip hop. I mean, that was that was the best. I mean, it was just, it was very musical.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, man, like, everything, the melodies, the band aspect of it. They were the best. Those women and men so talented, such geniuses, you know. So
Yeah.
I felt like my music was not much different from that at that time. So
Yeah.
so I didn't feel like much of an outcast. I felt like I was right in there. But now I definitely feel like an outcast because
Really?
hip hop. Well, hip hop has gone in a more electronic, digital, I should say, more of a digital direction. And I'm still
Agreed.
the jam. You know, I'm still the guy that wants to jam out and play the guitar riffs and stuff. Kind of like Walk This Way, Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Right.
I'm there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although I do use the synthesizers, and which I love. Synthesizers are very retro and just
Of course.
amazing. You know, but I really do feel like I'm kind of one of a kind right now.
No, I would agree. I would definitely agree.
I'm a little bit different.
And I understand that. I really do. Like when people see me, they assume that I like certain music. And they don't know that I like Air Supply and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
And maybe when I say that, because they look at me and they make judgment on what they think I should like.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, that's not I you know, I like a lot of music, but soft rock is one of my top things. Like, and people are like, what? I'm like, well, because you don't know me. You just think you know me.
Especially the 80s with the hair bands. And, I mean, amazing music came out of the 80s. And a lot of musicians came out of the 80s.
Very true. Yeah.
So now, who was your influence as far as instruments is concerned? I know you mentioned Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone else that you were like? Because I know Eddie Van Halen just passed.
I know, that was.
But I mean, that's talent. Like,
yeah, he was amazing, and I was able to see him in concert not too long ago in Atlanta.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he was really something. You know, just I don't know, maybe it was 10 years ago. But he was so amazing, and Kool and the Gang opened for them. Like they actually selected Kool and the Gang to open, so that night was spectacular. The opening act,
jam session.
Yeah, man, like Ladies' Night and Celebration, and all those songs. Oh my god! So, but he was great. But I would say I definitely love him and respected him. I never learned how to play much like him. I did learn the finger tap, but I didn't learn his solos. Now I'm going to learn his solos. I'm really inspired to learn some of those solos, like Eruption and stuff. But I'm also a huge fan of Ace Frehley from Kiss, the lead guitarist, Brian May from Queen, Wes Montgomery, jazz guitar player from the 60s. He was amazing. His solos were perfect. You couldn't compose a better solo than he would play. It's crazy. It's like Mozart, but he's actually jamming. So it's pretty crazy.
Right.
Who else do I love? George Benson. Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. Alex Lifeson from Rush. Oh my God, love him.